Boom!
Yeah. 10, 9,
What's up, guys?
7. Oh.
Yeah. Shay's around.
Paula.
Yeah, but that's not really Paula. Shay
It was
is just
Paula.
really digging her thumbnail. So Paula is taking the night off, everyone. Hope everyone's doing good. Thank you for popping in tonight on the good old live coin Q&A. We have a heck of a session for you. But yeah, good stuff. Today is our last live stream before we have a bye week. So we do have a bye week next week. It's kind of up in the air if we're going to do a live Q&A session next week. Just a Q&A straight from comments, type of deal.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll talk about it and we'll update you in Facebook or, on the community tab or something like that. But yeah, we got the usual suspects. I got myself, Sean. I'm your host this evening. To my left, we got Shay. And then down below, we got Shannon and Adam, coins and ghouls. So we're going to be taking a look at some pretty awesome coins. We are going to be giving away an ANA membership tonight, because we're good like that. Adam will get things all squared away with that.
That's an annual membership.
Annual membership.
Whole year.
12 months. And that comes with the Numismatist magazine and NGC grading privileges that all come with it. So, yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, does anyone have any announcements?
The new quarters came out this week, last week.
Right.
I heard about that. The ever flattering named Wilma Flintstone quarters. Oh, I'm just trying to be nice. Wilma Mankiller quarters have hit the streets, and she is the principal chief of the Cherokee Nation. I think that's the I guess her claim to fame. I suppose. I hope I didn't get that wrong. So yeah, that just dropped.
And we're hoping to see a really nice clash or some doubling on that big star, right?
Or something. We've just seen a dog dish of various little errors and things of that nature through the first two releases of the year. So, yeah, real quick, let's do a little roll call of folks who've popped in. So we got Mike Pallet. I think I got that wrong.
He's Pallet.
Yeah. Justin D, Chris E, Justin D again, Mr. Daniel Murdoch. Good evening, sir. Daniel Baker, Chris E again. We got Eric. That's the EMR coins that you see there. Dirty Water, probably figuring that there's going to be a coin we're going to talk about of his on tonight's stream. So
he's been finding a lot lately, so that's good.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Vinny. Thanks for coming on board. We got Hiram. Hiram's back. Hey, Eric in the house. We miss you, man. And we got Cindelicious. So we have a few moderators in the chat, so be on your best behavior.
Except for Blues. Since his Facebook account was hacked, he can't be held accountable for anything he says here tonight. So
all right. So you said evening all. That's about as rated G as you're going to get, maybe. Hopefully it'll stay that way. Joey K, how you doing, man? Good to see you again. Patrick Pemberton, always good to see you as well. Yeah, we got Mantic Coins. He's right over there. Scott Holiday, good evening. And let's see, coins and collectibles. We got Chantel V or the fifth. It's one of the two. I'm sure I got both of them wrong. Orgulo, John Jacobs, Leanne Kennedy, Weasel 63. That's awesome. Farm Dog, and whoever else I'm missing. Mark,
John Jacobs,
John Shank,
Joey K.
Thank you very much.
Ruby Red,
Frankie's Pocket Change Finds, Adam Johnston.
These names are jumping out at me. They've been keeping me all of us busy this week.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
It is.
Yeah, in certain companies they call that job security.
Yeah, we may get paid twice as much next month.
Yeah. Or they call it streamer's fallacy, whichever. I don't know.
Paula.
Word up.
I'm like, Paula, you're supposed to be saving that money, not blowing it on YouTube super chats. Jeez.
Right, she knows where it goes.
Yeah.
Back over to her. Oh, Lord.
It's all good. Paula, take the night off. Hopefully
Hey.
you're getting a little rest and doing your thing.
Let's just say she's been a rock star the last few months, and
She sure has.
yeah.
Couldn't have done it without her. And when she says she needs the night off, we're giving it to her.
Yep.
And same with everybody on this panel. Everybody needs a little bit of a mental day off break, because for the most part, these gentlemen that you see around me, they work regular jobs. So. But we always come on board because we understand that this is a great outlet for everyone. People have things going on in their life, and they need to be around a group of people, and we get it. We're here to positively pump each other up because this is such a great hobby and we're all great people, and that's how we do it. We all support each other. So thank you for all of your views and support. Thank you, Paula, for the $10 super. That's a go to pay for the lap dances. You know where that's going. But yeah, we got the new quarters that have dropped. Obviously, keep an eye out on those because they're going to be a lot of fun to go through and just find new stuff. All right. But another thing that I've kind of left off the table and not shared is that I will be doing an interview with a big bullion and coin dealer on the East Coast. You guys probably heard of them all over eBay. You guys probably shop from them, but it's Pinehurst Coins. I'm going to be doing an interview with the owner and CEO of that company on the 28th. It's not going to be a live event, but I'm going to upload the video on my channel, Blue Ridge Silverhound, shortly thereafter. So probably the day after I do it.
Nice.
So looking forward to it. It's my first big interview with a big conglomerate, entity, whatever you want to call it. But I still remain unsponsored, and I like to keep it that way. So
yeah.
You can ask him some tough questions.
What's that?
You can ask him some tough questions.
Yeah, I still need to come up with a number of questions. Hopefully, you guys on the panel and maybe some folks in the chat can help me out with some questions. Is there anything you want me to ask?
How they determine the premium on silver or precious metal coins?
Yeah. Like, why are you selling regular BU Silver Eagles for $15 above melt again? oh, okay. Just kidding. Let's go ahead and reword it a little bit here. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be great. I'll be nervous like usual. So it'll be fine. There's no pressure whatsoever.
Well, Amanda's taking care of family tonight, so she couldn't be here. We all try to put our families first, and then you guys second.
Absolutely. But I also wanted to take a moment to personally thank Amanda. She does so much administratively on the back end for this channel, just getting everything all squared away with the photographic images that you folks have submitted to us, getting together spreadsheets and the Word or the slideshow document that we show you guys week in, week out. So I wanted to take a moment to thank her for all the hard work.
Thank you.
She is, she's indispensable for sure. So
absolutely.
Yeah, Joey K, did you like that? Yeah, I had the opportunity to flip through that old magazine, before it ends up going into the campfire sometime this summer. So,
Sid Delicious says something about
Again, that's how I transition from one statement from dead thought into another statement. So there you go.
We all did it. We
Yeah.
all did it.
Yeah.
I love the video about it though.
Yeah. I just love the comment. I think that was great. And instead of it being a negative, like some people like probably take that personally. I'm like, well, let's go ahead and do something like this. Can't really hide it because I do that. So there you go.
I just want to say though that watching some of your videos, I know that you say because you've got like this dictionary going on in your head, and sometimes you use big words that I'm not used to.
Well, Shannon, it's funny you say that because for a long time I've gone pretty much unscripted on everything. Everything is like the thoughts that come out of my head, just the constant verbal diarrhea. It's all stuff that I don't have written down. That's why my productions don't sound canned, like I'm reading a script.
Right.
The only thing that I take just notes on. That's I mean the way I take notes, it's very constructed and very regimented, and it's like, especially on my PCMR, because I talk about 30 to 40 coins at any given time. That stuff isn't in here. I have to take notes down on every single coin. So I have this notebook here that I use, and I fill out all the information of each coin that's sold on eBay, and then I talk about them. So
nice.
I do a lot of pre-planning work on some of those videos, sometimes upwards of 4 to 6 hours to prepare that for a lot of you. And I'm glad it's popular enough that you guys like it. So let me keep doing it.
Well, I think it's very popular because it really kind of puts into perspective, people that don't have tons of money going to try to buy huge coins, flip, make money that way. You can find things out there.
Again, with inflation and everything like that, everybody's looking for that substitute to combat the $7 gas. I want to be able to enjoy a hobby, but there's no meeting in the middle as far as budgeting for that. So looking through bank rolls and doing all that stuff, that's the easiest thing that you could do, because it's virtually playing with house money. You're just investing time and a little bit of gas to get that done, and that's what makes this hobby so diverse end to end. Like, it could be a low budget hobby, and it could be an incredibly expensive hobby that only the kings would enjoy.
Right.
But I'm glad to say that there's a lot of middle ground to it, and that's I think where we have a lot of just a combined love for the hobby, is that it spans such a wide dollar range of satisfaction.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So rant aside, thank you guys again for joining in. Well, a lot of great comments. Paula, of course, hamming it up in there in chat. So she's not taking the night off.
Well,
she might.
She's probably sitting in bed with her, cup of hot tea or whatever, and typing. So that's good.
So, Chantel, well, what kind of things are you encountering when you're trying to submit photos? What are your roadblocks? Let us know. We're here to help. Sometimes it could be as simple as trying to overload too many high quality images on one email. That might stop or slow you down a little bit. But for the most part, it's a pretty easy process. And the one thing that you don't want to do, and I'll kind of double down on what Paula has said in the past, is, let's go ahead and start off with one email string, as opposed to sending multiple emails with a different topic in each one, because those will get lost. There's multiple people always constantly checking the emails. And if you have like 2 or 3, 4 people contacting you, directly about a coin, and you've sent 5 separate emails on 5 different coins, you can see where there's going to be a lot of confusion in there. So again, let's go ahead and try and narrow it down to one email, and then we could contact back and forth from that one original email about other coins as well. So
yeah, or more pictures if we need them.
Yeah.
And sometimes.
So yeah, awesome. We have a lot of ground to cover. Joe McBride, welcome, man.
We have
a lot of people. There's just a lot of great comments. A lot of stuff.
Yeah, and Kimberly's asking, has anyone found a DDR on a 2020 penny yet? I believe that there are some over on the Shield Scent. Hasn't he found 2020s, some of those DDRs, like in the Shield? Like on the
I'm
Shield
sure
Scent?
somebody has.
Facebook?
I haven't found any.
Yeah,
I can't stand to look at shields. No offense to shield stuff, but I can't stand it.
You find one double die, and there's going to be another double die that's pretty similar. Same with the Jefferson Nickels. Although on the Jefferson Nickels, a lot of the double die reverses that you come across on those is right in the middle door area, because with Class 9 DDRs, a lot of the doubling is right in the center of the coin. So if there's going to be one on a Shield Scent, there's going to be quite a few of them that's going to be in the same proximity of the middle of the coin,
Oh, I think I did see Joe McBride said the initials, and I think I remember seeing somebody post
a
Shield Scent with the initials on the reverse.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I think it was probably Matthew Valley, or on his Shield Scent page, there's been a number of people that have posted DDR photos on some of the later dated shields where the initials are doubled.
I have one for 2021 on my desk. I've found a couple of them now.
Oh yeah,
yeah. The initials are just sort of extra thick.
Okay.
And, yeah,
they're like extra thick and smeared.
Yeah, kind of.
It took a well-placed hit on 8 of them consecutively. No, I'm just kidding. But we have a little bit of ground to cover. So let's go ahead and bring up our thingamadoodle, whatchamacallits. And our announcements are such. Join the ANA. We are going to be giving away a annual membership to the ANA tonight. So, yeah, be on the lookout for that. It's at the end of the show. So, yeah, awesome. Feel free to join Koneka, which is one of the awesome attribution sites, and they got great news, pieces and all that stuff on there as well. Once these guys like Wexler and Wiles, they get too old to actually do attributions, although they do have assistants that work with them. I think Brian Rybar is one of them that does nickels. A lot of the attributions will probably end up going through Koneka one day, and you might as well get the leg up and join them. It's affordable and it's a lot of fun. And then we also have a QA Facebook group. If you haven't been there and you're on Facebook, go ahead and check us out. Live Coin Q&A. So there's an ampersand in the middle of Q&A. And there was the link. So go ahead and check us out there. Anyone else have any announcements before we jump in, other than the fact that the new Silver Proof set at only $105 will be coming out on the 26th?
Ugh.
Crazy.
Not as crazy as the 2021 Silver Proof set that's still available with 4 less coins. Is it 4 or 3? Anyways, yeah, that's up still for $105. So if you're looking for a little bit of good news, you got a couple more 999 fine quarters in this year's set for the same price.
Maybe when silver goes up to like $50 or $60 an ounce, it'd be worth it.
Yeah, we can only hope, right? Is that what everybody wants? Does everybody want the $40, $50, $60 silver?
Maybe the people that already have a bunch of it, they
Maybe.
want, but if you don't have it, then that sucks. People don't want to pay that much for it.
I mean, if you're leveraged in that amount of silver inventory, I mean, that's great for you. But the thing that made me sad when silver was up to $60 an ounce back in 2011, there was a lot of smelting going on, and there was a lot of coins with awesome varieties like Morgan's that got melted, man. And that is sad.
And that is very sad. Yeah. That
Very sad.
horrible.
Yep.
We're looking at you, Big Red.
Yeah, I blame him 100% on everything.
That or JW. I don't think he's in here either.
No. His ears are probably burning, though. All right, so we're going to kick things off with the 2022P Dr. Sally Rye quarter from Abel F. Hello, could you tell me if this is a die clash or if it is just my imagination? I compared it with others and they are not the same. So we did talk about this coin last week, right? If I'm not mistaken. And Amanda took the liberty of polishing things up a little bit. There's even an overlay that works out beautifully to show that the clashing is indeed pretty nice. But there is the obverse. So this is more or less a recap of the coin that we talked about last week. You can see some of that clashing there right above the date, right here under the chin area.
The goiter.
Goiter.
The goiter.
Is that the official name for that? Maybe not.
No.
But a lot of the strongest clashing is going to be on the reverse. You could see the reverse profile of Georgie Boy's head on the reverse of the coin. Not really a great photo right there, but it's there. I could see a little bit. And there's the overlay. So Abel's coin, you can see there on the left with the clashing. I think the way it was photographed, it works out perfectly. So you can see the outline of the clash, and then the overlay is there on the right.
Yep. So definitely determined. I think that it was a clash.
I'm thinking there's got to be like a way stronger version of this clash that shows more on the obverse. I might be wrong.
There could be, and that would be cool too.
That would be
cool. Lookout. Be on the lookout, everyone. If you see any bigger ones, send them in to us. We'd be glad to share.
That would just mean it's an earlier state. So the dies had clashed together, obviously, without any planchet in the striking chamber. So a much fresher version, one of the first few coins produced after that event, will probably show a lot more of the offers clashing. Right under Washington here is a common place for that because it sits, a little bit lower in relief compared to everything else.
Awesome.
Yep. Pretty cool. So that's just a rehash of last week. All right. Who would love to read this one?
I'll read this one, but first I wanted to say real quick, because we got Michael Kittle in the chat, congratulations on your 5K. He's reached 5,000 subs on his Rare Coins channel, Michael Kittle Rare Coins. And if you haven't got signed up, sign up with him, because he's going to do some extra giveaways, I think, next month or something. You just have to be on the lookout for it. So just wanted to do that real quick. From Crispy Mofo, 2005 satin finish 1 cent update. Hi guys, I just wanted to send an update on the 2005 satin finish Lincoln cent I previously submitted. It is now listed on GreatCollections, and there's the link if you want to pause and look at it.
Yeah, there ain't much to this. We don't actually have a an actual photo to talk about on this one. But if you wanted to go to GreatCollections to look at the coin, it's a little bit of a, I guess, promo, so that way you guys can see it. Maybe someone will throw a bid in there if this is their thing. But just a pretty looking example. I will say that, does anyone on the panel know what date range the U.S. Mint made satin strike coins for their mint sets back in the 2000s?
No.
Find
What
out.
was the question?
What's the date range of when the U.S. Mint was doing satin strikes in their
2005 to 2010.
Oh, 2010. Okay.
There you go. She put the link in the chat for you if you want to go look at that.
1,600 starting bid. So better have some change. Better go check that couch and see if you can find some stuff.
Good luck, Crispy.
It's basically free.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very, very free if you can
That's
find
pocket change. Come on.
Right? maybe you find that 69S under your bed, and then you can DDO, and then you can sell it and buy it.
Yeah, you know how many satin strikes you could buy with that 69S money?
Right.
I see a registry set in your future.
A very short registry set at that.
There you go. 5
Yeah.
years.
Good luck with the sale, Crispy. We're all pulling for you, man. So this coin ends on Sunday, in case anybody's interested in following along. So, yeah. Go get you some. All right. And then we got the next one here. Who would like to read this one?
I'll read this. 1972 Denver Kennedy 50-cent delamination from copper owl coins. In the pictures I have attached there is a 72D $half that I found while coin roll hunting. It looks like the copper core has been exposed, and there are multiple levels where it appears the layers have been lost for one reason or another between the 10 and 12 o'clock position on the obverse.
Yeah, they did satin strikes for sack dollars. I don't know if they did it specifically for the year 2000, but
I don't know. That's a good question. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't know either. Well, since it went all the way to 2010, I think the U.S. Mint did do satin strikes on the presidential dollars for the first few years, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
Yeah, it was all the coins, right?
It was
Even
all
the
of them.
$half and all that.
The whole mint set. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think in 2007 was also the first year of the. At that point, they revised it to the Native American dollar. It wasn't officially called the Sacagawea dollar anymore.
Right.
So I think those were satins as well. Let's see. Let's go ahead and take a look at this thing.
Back when we were getting more coins for the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, very cool.
So what's that missing off his head? Is that the whole clad layer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Very. Yeah, you can even see the kind of a little bit of the bee underneath the copper on there.
And nothing on the reverse.
So here's a kind of interesting segue, because even me, for knowing a little bit too much about coins, right? I mean, how can you know too much about coins? The debate is with this one, was it a clamshell or is it just a simple lamination, right? I'm kind of like trying to wrap my brain around it.
Yeah.
I don't know if there is a preset kind of precedence as far as how long that crack has to be on the edge of the coin for it to be construed as a actual clamshell, even though a clamshell is a type of lamination, but I don't know.
Does it make any difference? There's a little piece down there by Trust.
I do see a little bit there too. Yeah.
A little bit on the edge.
Now, is that a lamination or is that a hit? That's the only thing I'm not. So there's that vantage point.
That's definitely cool.
Yeah. I don't know, Sean, I think that was cute.
This was definitely helped along at some
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
So someone got a little bit too curious and a little too heavy-handed. What's cool is if you look on the letters of Liberty, the E is very strong, and the layer had peeled off at that point. But take a look at the letter B. That is a much thicker, deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty neat right there.
You think when they lifted it off that it caused it to peel down towards the ear like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And you essentially lose a little value, don't you, by doing this?
In theory, it should. Now, you know, if you did help it along, it's always still somewhat of a advantage to keep the piece that you peeled off.
If
but
you do it yourself,
people are going to believe you in thinking that, oh, it just fell off, because you know, these things are actually attached on the coin pretty good. You know, it's like trying to peel off a piece of paper that's been super glued to the countertop. You know, it's obviously going to leave some stuff.
Like I think he found this while he was coin roll hunting.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you know,
the copper exposed area has retoned or reoxidized.
Yeah.
Over time. So yeah, the piece was taken off years ago. This was nothing that was done recently.
That makes sense. What caused that blob on his forehead? What blob are we looking at? Like that indent, that bigger, looks like just a deeper piece of it right below the B on his forehead.
And it kind of looks like it took a hit and scraped across the top of the head there.
It either took a hit and okay, so you notice how weak the letter B is in Liberty.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably an extra fat piece of clad layer that got pulled, and then by the time it got to the forehead area, it just ripped. All right, it ripped, you know, deeper in that area. It's like pulling a scab off your finger, and you went a little bit too far, and it's hurting like you know what. But that also goes to show you that the nickel clad layer on there have different thicknesses. It's not, you know, it's not one static thickness all across the coin on both sides. You know, there's going to be areas where it's a little bit thicker, and you know, but that's all part of the process in which the original strips were prepared and things like that. You know, so there's going to be inconsistencies of the thickness of the layers on there, and that's probably what you're seeing is that the I don't know, probably either one or the other, the copper or the nickel was a lot thicker right there in that spot where the forehead is. So
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, Michael had pointed out, might not even be able to get that in a slab. Grading companies won't slab peeling lamination that might fall off further, and the slab will be returned in a flip. So,
yep, correct.
Yeah, I've heard that a few times before.
And as far as the Daniel, the $50, you know, they made well over 500 million. 19, you know, Bicentennial $50. So they're the most plentiful $50 in the clad series. You know, roughly any box that I get is probably somewhere between 30 and 40% of Bicentennials. There are some good varieties that you should search for, but they're very rare, very rare. So anyway, I would send it back.
Also make them.
They're only on Philadelphia's, right, Shay?
Yeah.
Like the DDRs where I've seen like the doubled
I'm pretty
initials
sure
or whatever it is on there.
Yeah, I can check
Yeah.
my list real quick just to make sure. And also on, I believe on the proofs there were some good ones. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
76. We got a master die doubling on the Philly, of course, and Denver and San Francisco and the proofs. But there's a quadruple date on the Denver, and on the proof there's 3 DDOs that I know of and a DDR. Of course, I like chasing after the silver S as well. The silver clad has a nice DDO on it on the obverse. In God We Trust, or We Trust, and the TY and Liberty. So anyway,
Nice.
yeah, it can be exciting.
Yeah, that's not bad. I'm forgetting that we're consulting with the master $50 guy over there. So
Yeah.
yeah, he knows his
He's
stuff.
okay.
I forgot. I totally forgot about that DDO on the 40% silver clad until you just brought it up just now. So that's cool.
But
Hey, don't pick at it.
I take them back after I've checked them so that I can get more to check. Get me?
Yeah, he's the guy that sits there with a black permanent marker and does the little, thing.
No coins have ever been harmed by me.
Oh, man.
Well, I melted some by leaving them in olive oil. I left a penny and it completely disintegrated. So I was doing a little testing in my early days.
That must have been a zinkin.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh.
That is funny. And how long?
Yeah, that is the lesson of the day. Like Paul had mentioned, if you see a what looks to be a lamination on any coin, it doesn't matter what it is, and it's like a tab or whatever. Yeah, it may look appetizing to want to pick at it and pull at it, but don't do that. All right.
Don't help it along.
No, you don't want to do that. It'll be fine. All right. You could do other things like, go and get yourself a couple of scratch offs and, try and scratch your itch that way. Get it?
Yeah. Don't take your OCD out on the coin, okay?
Yeah, you're not going to find gold under there, so don't look.
Right.
Paul was asking Shay if you'd found anything on the 2021s yet. Kennedy's?
Just the Lincoln cents.
Yeah.
I haven't found. I haven't had the luxury of searching 2021. On a lot of the later years, I've really only found die cracks and mechanical doubling. Die chips here and there. I think someone sent something in with some strange stuff. Paula was talking about it. Was that the 2021s, Paula? I think that was recently we had a discussion about that. There was suddenly a flood of, was it $50 that came in with these little die chip looking things all over it?
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah, I think we talked about that on one of the shows too.
Yeah.
John, you're kind of in an interesting situation. John Shank, that is. So John has quite a little load of Wilma Mankiller quarters, both I guess bags and rolls. It's really up to you. You could kind of set that bar if you do find something interesting in there. We've come to the conclusion that there's going to be little die chips and stuff like that on the Philadelphia minted coins, which could be neat. Maybe some more of the strike-throughs, the field restricted style. But it really depends on what you want your end game to be, because these have currently a value of about 2.5 times face value on the secondary market, which means for every $10 roll, you could sell it for $25. Depends on what you want to do. You can make a little bit of money now, or if you want to kind of, stamp your name on an early error or variety, you could go through them. I think with this particular coin, it would be intriguing to find a double to die reverse because it's got that big star on the reverse. I think it would just be neat to
Yeah.
see one of those pop
Yeah,
up. But
we should take bets on whether it's going to be in the hair or on the star.
Both. Could be
yeah,
both.
me personally, I want to see a star, but and
Mhm.
knowing how minor these double dyes are, it might be in the hair or something. But we can only hope.
Spilt Paint opened up a 100-coin Philly bag of man killers and pulled out one coin and said, "I'm gonna wait a few more days."
Well, you could wait and see if somebody comes up with a variety and then decide what to do. But
True.
I just open them. I just go to town. I open them so I can go get more. But that's because I don't typically have enough budget to hold on to stuff I buy at the banks. So Weasel's making washers out of pennies.
Is there a washer shortage right now? Like if you went to
He
Home
said
Depot,
there were 15 cents.
is it $25 a box of washers?
Yeah.
That's nice. Well, I mean, some people used to use them for they'd bypass their breaker. What do you call them? The breaker fuses, those long, individual fuses. I know some people would use those copper pennies in there to keep keep it flowing, as opposed to using a real one.
No, that's copper, right? Not the Zinkins.
Yeah, I believe that's copper. Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. It's just so
someone might get disappointed if we gave them wrong information.
We don't typically buy coins through this format, number 10. So.
Oh, you mean through the chat, right?
I'm just letting him know. We provide coin information and education on this channel, so we don't typically buy or sell any coins. So. All right. Do we have our next coin to move on to?
There you go, Shay. I did exactly what you wanted me to do.
Perfect.
I skipped the slide. Yay.
Nice.
So we kind of talked about this last week. We talked about the Maya Angelou not coming in as a double die from Wexler, but we all thought it was. The other coin, though, that we didn't have pictures of or discussed was the Washington crossing to Delaware, which you can see that he has the WDDR or Wexler DDR001 new listing for this. And he says, "Congratulations on the new listings. It'll appear in the appropriate page of my website when I get an update on the site. Should you decide to send your coin to Annex to be slabbed with a Wexler file number, be sure to include a copy of this letter." So this is what we all want to do, right? We want to get our coin submitted to Wexler, have him agree, give us a letter, go get it slabbed, and be famous for being on the Wexler site for the rest of our lives. Notorious.
Well, until the next year's quarter comes out.
Yeah. Right. And then you have 150 chances to be on his page.
Nice. So Scott did send us pictures of the new one, right?
Yes. And I think did you bring me one of these early on when they first came out, Shannon?
So actually the other Scott Holiday, who is in the chat, I don't see the other Scott, but he had sent one back in like December or January, I forget. And it's not in exactly the same place, but it's right up under that cuff, on his arm.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got, I think he has 2 or 3 different kinds. And then I sent you a couple because I was wanting your opinion on them, because they're basically the same kind of thing, only mine were different from what Scott's were too. So if that's the case, then there's like 5 or 6 of these that may be, some DDRs on there.
Yeah, I think maybe we ought to look at some of those old pictures and just double check it's not some sort of progression, but I still think, it looks class 9 to me.
Yeah, that definitely does.
Yeah.
And I've still got Scott. Scott's got 7 now. See?
I'm glad he's holding on to them. It's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. I've still got the pictures from your original one, Scott, so I can show that to you, Shay. We can talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, having 7 of them is pretty much a no doubter, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to second guess yourself if you've only found 1 as
Right.
opposed to finding 7.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Good job, Scott. Yeah, so Scott has found a few gemmies in the past for sure. So that's awesome.
Tyler says he's found 15 different ones. So they could be all over the place.
Well, now you know what to put on the label.
Well, we don't. We've got to send them in.
Well, if they're all different, yeah.
Yeah, if they're all different.
Paula's funny. She said that is a class 9, and she used the Roman numeral V with 4 ones. Or you could use a 1X.
Yeah. Like,
Math is hard. Roman math is hard.
Yeah, it can be, right? What's M again?
Lord.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, God.
She's definitely pulling our leg on her day off.
So it's
all
right
good.
this is right in the correct location. It's right in the expected location, the center of the coin, right?
Yep.
This is where you look. Even if there's no listings and you're looking through a box of coins, check the center of the coin. I mean, you know, I find stuff all the time that's not listed, and it's just remembering where to look. It's not always in the center. I mean, there's, of course, different doubling among the class 9s, but at least the general class 9, the one where it snaps into place, is typically this one, as opposed to stopping the hubbing process and restarting it again.
Yeah, so you're kind of answering. Daniel asked the question, how do you get a double die out of the new coins if they don't, strike twice? And you were just kind of explaining that, right, as a little bit of a tilt when the die is being created. Right? Am I right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, when you're in the hubbing process and the hub and the die are coming together, or the pieces of metal that are coming together to make that new die, the hub and the metal, and sometimes it doesn't fit quite right, and it sort of slaps into place. I've heard that is one potential reason. And then because we're in an era of single squeeze hubbing, and so the other is it's thought, and that for a long time there was doubt about whether or not they stopped in the middle of that squeeze, but there's been quite, I guess, a good amount of indication that they've stopped that single squeeze hubbing process in the middle of it and then restarted it, which could somehow cause that position to change.
It's ever so slight, which is why with a lot of these class 9s, you don't see these massive, spreads. It's,
it's the little ones.
Yeah.
And
the little ones still count.
That's right.
Which goes to show you that, the human element in error when it comes to producing our coins and currency is still very much alive. And It doesn't matter how advanced the machinery is or the processes of creating the master hubs and all that stuff. So,
and remember that the die metal is pointed, so it's a metal bar and it's pointed. And when you have a flat hub that's coming in and squeezing that point down, and you stop or snap, that's how you have that center localized anomaly.
Yeah.
The rest of the design gets flattened over right.
And Paul is putting in a link to where you can read up on the classes of double dies, and obviously 9 is included. So that's great information. Learning the hubbing process, learning how the mint makes the dies to begin with.
Yeah, you guys will often see us putting in links. If you want more information about the minting process, I always suggest 2 places. One, just go type in ANA minting process in YouTube, and you will go right to a 2-hour presentation that they provide, and it's excellent. I also suggest getting the official price guide to heirs. I think it's it's right here in my book. Look at this. I keep this all the time handy. It's my reference. It's the 7th edition by Alan Herbert. That was the last edition he put out. The whole first couple of chapters are about the minting process, and then he goes into all sorts of errors and varieties. A little bit of the information, has been. This is back in '86 or '87, so some things have come to light since he produced this book and then passed, unfortunately. But the information is completely relevant, and you will learn so much from it. So,
and it's still a very accessible book. It's not like one of those kind of like unicorn type things you're going to spend a lot of money on. I've had 2 copies of it, in my collection, and it's great reference.
I've got one on my desk. I thought it was over on this desk, but it's not. Sorry.
Yep, buy the book before you buy the coin. As you will go to coin shows, and people will try to sell you counterfeit errors, even because they don't even know. They're just trying to get rid of something that they've been sold or had in a collection, and they don't even know. So a number of times I've hit like Houston Coin Show, Dallas Coin Show, and the dealers had coins that they were selling as error coins, but they completely weren't error coins, and you would only know that if you'd studied and understood it. And so I pretty much bought but was able to return a coin. So anyway, it'll happen to you, and we try to keep money in y'all's pockets. We don't want you to lose. That's why we're here, is to make sure you're educated enough to avoid the pitfalls that I'm sure everybody on this panel and a lot of people out there have already run into. So
that's for sure.
Yeah, I just wish my future me would come back and see me in time and slap my hand and tell me not to do that. But you know how that goes. It just doesn't work out that way. Amber, we missed you. Holy smokes.
Hey, Amber.
Yeah, check out all of the wealth of references. Get to know how a coin is made. There's YouTube videos out there. US Mint puts out videos. The BEP puts out videos. Go to their website. Learn about the various presses they use. And that's going to help you understand how some of these anomalies occur. Whether it's an error, a variety, or if it's something like machine doubling, which is neither of those first 2 things. Well, that's a cool DDR.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody's on the lookout now.
Yeah.
Now it's not just the die chip.
Exactly. Yeah. What, the crown? The crown one.
The crown one.
Although that one's aging gracefully, so that's still out there. Probably not in gem condition anymore, but still a good one to find. Yeah. How about a 2017 A Series $1 bill ink error from Dale T? Yo, homies, check this out. Give me any info you can on this, and also tell me if you see the error. All right. So before I even disclose exactly what's going on here, how about someone in chat, or anyone or everyone, kind of give me your general observation. What are you guys seeing that's funky on this one?
There's a big fold right down the middle.
No, Shannon. They all have folds.
Oh.
If you have a wallet, it will have a fold.
Mine's one of those trifolds. Ugh. It tears up dollars.
Yeah. Well, it's better than a billfold, right? Like they used to use in the 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Those big pocket.
Looks like Looks like a lot of them are saying what it is or what they see.
Okay, so we have a lot of very well educated guys and gals. Yeah, this is a inkwell contamination error. Okay, all stemming from the new printing process used by a machine called the LEPE, which is brand new for the 2017 model year to go along with the heated and ventilated seats. Just kidding. But the overprint on these notes with the new LEPE press is printed in two sections. All right, so the left side serial number that appears to be a lot darker and almost black, along with the two number 6s and the black district seal, are all printed in its own separate drum. And then the other stuff on the right side with all the green ink and the two 6s are printed in a completely separate drum. So within these drums, you have little wells. And you can imagine that there would be a little bit of contamination of that black ink mixing in with the green ink, therefore producing this anomaly that you see here. Now, after doing research, a number of these have popped up, specifically on the FC block notes. Now, FC really stands for the first letter in the serial number, and then the suffix, the last letter, the letter C. There have been no other inkwell contamination notes that I know of on any other block than the F. The F is, by the way, I believe Atlanta. Atlanta. Yeah,
Nice.
we'll just go with that. So that's what we have here on this one. Again, this is an error that you don't see on older notes. They had a machine called the COPE, COPE, which was used for years, for decades. And then they went and switched over to this LEPE press to do the overprint on the 1s, 2s, and 5s. And they're going to end up doing all the notes eventually. It's just taken their, a lot of while to get there. Yeah, but a pretty cool anomaly. Going along with some of the other funky errors that are being discovered because of the LEPE process, like mismatched serial numbers or missing digits, or some of the digits being covered by a green rectangular square, all coming from this new printing process. So if you guys aren't searching dollar bills, you might be missing out. I don't know. I haven't found anything notable yet. That might change. We'll see.
Let's hope.
Indigon, yeah, there is some black. Again, it's the black ink is in its own separate well to print specifically the district seal and the two digits for that side. So the two wells, the green and the black ink wells, are so close together. Sometimes when they become refilled, it'll contaminate one or the other, and that's the byproduct there. So pretty neat. There have been a few that have sold. Yeah, Amber, it does. The last few examples have sold in that $30 to $40 range. I don't think there have been any that have graded yet through any of the big grading companies like PMG and PCGS Currency. But I have a feeling that might change in the future. It's just a neat thing.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah. So there's the back of the note showing a little bit of circulation wear. Got that single hard fold in the middle.
I always feel like a old guy at the checkout lane because I'm looking through all my dollar bills before I hand them to the cashier.
You haven't looked at them prior to going to the store?
Well, no, like middle of the day stuff, right? Like, you go from HEB or your grocery store to your convenience store to Costco to the car wash to whatever, right? You got a little bit of cash changing hands, and sometimes you don't have time to stand there.
I know it's funny to try to carry out all your bags, but also really carefully in this hand, have your dollar bills, so You know,
And-
you don't put them
and-
in your pocket yet.
You're already searching the take a penny, leave a penny thing, and looking at all those pennies, so you're kind of distracted.
Well,
Yeah.
you know you're knee deep into this hobby when your wife receives change and she turns around and says, "Here, look through this,"
Yeah.
or your significant other.
your
We get that all
kids.
the time with folks on Facebook. I'm laughing because it's like, oh, I thought it was just me, but no, it's everybody.
I have a magic desk, Sean. You must have one too. I walk in the morning and there's a coin on my desk I haven't ever seen before.
Yeah, well, my wife would get home from work and she's like, I found these brand new quarters. They're so pretty, and I thought of you. And I was like, man, that's the sweetest thing anybody's ever said. So
Nice.
I was like, oh, that's cool.
That is
Turns
pretty
out there are a couple of the new Maya Angelou quarters, but they're Denver's, and they were pretty. They were nice.
Yeah, I kept the first couple ones that I found because they were still in nice condition. So why not, right?
Yeah.
Why not? Because they won't stay like that for long.
No.
1 year of constant circulation will beat up a new coin like you wouldn't believe. So, all right. So we got the big one here. Who would like to talk about this bad boy?
I will. 1976D DDO FS101 from James. I recently had a chance to scope my recent quarter finds and came across this coin. I am looking for a grade range on this coin. I believe it to be XF40. I don't plan on grading or selling. We don't hear that often.
Yeah, that's actually a nice change of pace.
Yeah.
The hobby is more than just grading.
True.
Yeah. So
yes.
I love these.
Looking quarter.
I've never found one, but I always search, for of course, the double to die, and there's also an RPM. There's also a couple of little DDRs, but they're fun to search. So if you ever get a chance to buy them off somebody or get a bag of them, they're fun.
Oh, it's Justin, not James. Why? Who said James? Was that me?
Did I
Or
say
was it
go back? What is it? Did I say the wrong name?
This
No,
is James D.
it's from James.
No, it says Justin. Justin's in chat. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, who's this James fella?
It's Justin. Okay, so it's all typed on. Sorry about that, Justin.
Oh yeah. That was our mess up. Yep, Justin D.
Hopefully, you won't hold us accountable for that.
Yeah.
So this is from Justin, just so we're clear. So we got a 76D DDO, one of my favorites. And I'll be honest, it looks more like an AU50. I have a PCGS AU50 of this very coin right here. It looks as good as that one, if not maybe just slightly better.
So he's going to be dancing because he had sent in a guess. Well, let's take a look at it closer, and then I'll tell a little story after that.
So there's a date. Hard to believe that this coin is over 200 years old. Oh wait, no, never mind. False alarm.
Yeah.
So you'll notice that there's really no doubling going on here on the date. There's the motto.
Now, the doubling here is not quite as clear. I think just there's a little wear there, but you can definitely see the cat's eye in the O and God. And
Yep. Yeah.
here it becomes quite clear as you see the notches on the lower left corner. You'll also see some of the doubling on the top right corner of the L on the lower horizontal bar.
No, that's the strongest part of the whole doubling. There is the
that.
ERT.
Love that.
Oh yeah,
I just love it, man. The separation is quite distinguishable.
Justin, you did good with the photos.
Yeah, I forgot Eric had found a nice little cache of these things. Man, what a nice find. They pop up when you least expect it, huh? Yeah, John. If you don't know what you're looking at, man, yes, it could be very similar to machine doubling. But the big thing you got to keep in mind is the notching.
Yes.
And doubling, real genuine doubling like this one adds to devices and doesn't take away like machine doubling does.
Yeah.
Which will shrink down the devices.
So just a real quick pointer for anybody that has any experience using sort of Photoshop or imaging software. You can take an image of your coin and go to PCGS and download an image of a same coin, same year, denomination, everything, same design. Download that and then do an overlay. All right. And if the doubling extends beyond the normal letter, you have likely a doubled die. If it takes away from the design, meaning that the doubling is inside of the letter, then it's mechanical doubling. So I use that tool day in, day out. I'm constantly doing it, and you can learn how to do it too. I would suggest it. It will clear up your mind and ease your pain when it comes to looking at MD. And then once you do it, there are a number of different looking MD. Some of it's partial, some of it's the whole way. But anyway, this is true doubling where you have the devices, and you have two devices there. Basically, it's bigger. It adds to the design.
Yeah.
This is also a class 5, so it's just like a class 1. It's easy to remember. There's rotation, right? However, it's not in the entire coin. So when we looked at the date and you saw there was just no doubling there, that's because the doubling is on a bigger piece of pie, piece of the pie or piece of the pizza, and it's in just one area of the coin typically.
Doesn't it have a pivot point?
Yes, there's a pivot.
Kind of at the edge, at the rim.
That's right. That's right.
That it circles around when it does. And the class 1 is right in the middle.
And you'll often see it come with a K designation, which means the clock, right?
The pit positioning.
Yep. Can I show something off real quick?
Sure.
Let me see if I can do it.
We got Silver Nitrate in the house. He's been gone for a while.
Oh, wow. Hey, Silver Nitrate.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a little while, huh?
Sorry, I hit the wrong button and loaded something up. Let me share my screen real quick. I don't remember where I downloaded this, but it's kind of funny. Y'all all laugh at me. I found this.
These aren't like Speedo modeling pictures, right?
No.
We won't laugh, Shay.
Better, sexier. All right, so if you imagine a Lincoln cent with the clock numbers, and you say the CUD goes from K5 to K7, then of course it's from 5 o'clock to 7, and so it just it's an explainer to give you the K positions around the coin, so you can detect the start and end of the anomaly, and then describe that. Because oftentimes a CUD, you may have 20 different CUDs for a particular year of a Lincoln cent, or you could. And so the way you tell the difference between them would be its K position. Anyway, you could probably find the same image on Google and download it. It's helpful until you can just imagine it. But you could overlay other coins on this same type of thing to help you if you wished.
Sure, that's cool.
Anyway, thought I'd just show that.
And can we segue just a second to you, Sean, because of that whole K this and K that? Paula had mentioned maybe for you to discuss a little bit about the fake coins that have been shooting up.
That's how I'm feeling right now. Yeah, there's on eBay, and I talked about it in a previous video, but apparently it's become quite the epidemic. The 2021 Lincoln Cent K3 to K7 die cracks that we all know and love. There have been a number of listings where people are actually scratching into the coin to give it the look of that die crack. I just thought I'd let everyone be aware. Most of the time, they're being sold by sellers with zero feedback. So that's kind of a red flag, along with other things. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. Very brazen, very crazy, and very, very bad.
Very bad. I mean, they're great deals, but when you're not getting what you think you should get.
She's a beaut, Clark.
She is a beaut.
Oh,
Thank you,
76D. Yeah, you know, it's crazy that we haven't found anything like super huge on the 76P quarters yet. Because I think
Right.
the Philadelphia coins are definitely due for something nice.
You know, in the 70s, Denver was really responsible for several varieties. It seemed like Denver didn't really have their act together in the 70s.
Yeah, it's too bad they have their act together today.
That's true.
For us West Coasters. But that's a beautiful coin.
I love that.
And the fact that he's not getting it graded is phenomenal.
Justin,
The coin speaks for itself, so
yeah.
we don't really need to.
Justin said thank you. He'll be back with a 69 SDDO.
Oh, woohoo!
So,
Or 55 would be nice too.
I'd be happy with them.
What was that? It was the 75 where they made the experimental aluminum planchets.
No, 74.
74.
74.
Yeah. Just don't tell anybody you have one.
Yeah, because they'll confiscate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be right next to my Morgan dollar that was struck on the $20 gold planchet.
Nice.
Allegedly that exists, but I'm not going to go there. Yeah, did I just let the cat out of the bag?
Mhm.
All right, this might be the last one. I don't know. It won't matter because, you know, we had a really good stream tonight. So we got 1943P War Nickel with lamination from Mike P. Hello, I found this 43P Silver War Nickel while searching through nickels. It has a lamination on the reverse. I am also thinking about sending this coin out to be graded. I'm just going to address half this paragraph and say, no, you don't need to grade it. Unless you really want to keep it in your collection. But as far as liquidity is concerned, yeah, there's just no need for that. All right, there we are. So
what do we look for? The 43/2, the I. Okay.
Yeah, as far as varieties is concerned, this one is on here for a very common thing. And that's this lamination on the reverse.
It's common, but that's I think quite a lamination. I like it. It's huge.
Yeah, rim to rim. When it spans all the way across the coin like that, it's way more impressive than just, you know, a couple of striations that go across the coin.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Very nice, Mike.
And you can find these.
They were quite common during the manganese silver era, albeit a very short series, but also in Buffalo nickels and probably Liberty V nickels too. They couldn't get it all together with the annealing process. They had a heck of a time getting that perfected, where they didn't have laminations and, you know, wood grains and stuff like that going on during this time.
Yeah, very nice. They're always fun to look for.
Yeah, it's very minor. Yeah. Now, considering, if you paid $30 to have it graded on the low end, like let's say you send it to Annex or something, it's really not going to enhance the value of it because of grade.
If it was gem condition, that's a different story.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, it's so important to be able to grade your coins so that you can determine value, so that you can decide, because there's an entry cost, there is a cost, and every time you spend more money on a coin, you're reducing your likely margin that you're going to be able to sell it for. Now, not everybody that follows live coin Q&A is into selling coins. You just want to keep it for your collection and understand it, but it's why we stress in our emails so much that go to learn how to grade. It'll be worth it. You'll be able to price your own coins. It's too difficult for folks like us to give you an accurate grade because you need to have the coin in hand to give you an accurate grade, in my opinion. You can get a general grade, but it's nothing like having the coin in hand. And so when you hear that stuff from us, or when we take down a post because you post it and say what's the grade and what's the value, this is why, is because we just want you guys to learn how to go do it yourself. We give you the pointers so that you can go do it, and maybe you'll just spark an interest in the hobby if you go watch some PCGS grading videos. You go look at some of the values of coins. You go look at the minting process and look at some errors or varieties. You never know what's going to get you excited. But if you do that, I can tell you, if you're still bored after doing those 4 things, then maybe the hobby's not for you.
I'll tell you another thing that's helped me too, Shay, is if you just go Google the Sheldon scale, Sheldon coin rating scale or something like that.
Sure.
You can see, and it'll bring up the descriptions, the verbiage of things that you're looking for as well. So that's helped.
You know what? Like go look at matte proof Lincoln cents on PCGS. It'll blow your freaking mind. What these beautiful coins could look like. And I'm sure there's other series. Like I about fall over silly and goofy when I see a 2-cent piece, a really nice proof, 1800s Civil War era 2-cent piece. There's just hotness that I drool, right? But you have to look, and it'll jump out at you when you see it, and just go googly eye over the coin, and you never know until it hits you. But you have to go look. Grading is one way for you to learn how to appreciate that. Like, if you go to a wine tasting contest, would you not look up, a wine tasting, would you not look up what kinds of things you might look for in a fine wine? It's not something you're going to be able to decipher the very first time out, but if you learn a little bit about it, you can start to taste the things that are actually in it, the oak barrel and the smoke from the fire that happened that year or whatever. Once you learn some of the details, it really becomes fun. It's a bunny hole you'll never really come out of.
And don't swallow.
Yeah, don't lick them. Don't swallow.
Don't swallow the coins. Don't swallow the wine.
Don't taste them.
Don't be putting the coins in your mouth.
That's right.
But PCGS Coin Facts is really, really good for getting some really good close-up photos, and that way you can kind of compare between a 66 and a 67, or a 65 and a 66, or even a lower grade like an AU or an XF. But if you can master that stuff, you'll be on your way to grading your own coins and kind of knowing what a coin should grade, and also be familiar with what a clean coin looks like, or a damaged coin, because all that stuff can really affect the value. If you were to buy a coin and it was cleaned, it would just kill your value on the coin. So something else that you need to think about if you're going to grade coins, for sure.
And the dealers will sell them. They'll
Yep.
sell them and just say, well, that's the way I bought it.
And also, when you see coins, like if you're buying on eBay and they look like they're just outstanding, take a close look because there's a lot of plated stuff too. You know,
Yeah.
it just looks fabulous because it's, you know, bright and shiny and you can see all the devices and everything. But
Steel sense. Ugh.
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh.
Reprocessed versus mint state.
yeah,
Because if you get a reprocessed scent, essentially NGC just sends them right back to you. They don't even grade them.
But they'll take your money.
Yep.
Yeah. And you know, the people that are reprocessing the steel scents, there are a few of them that have gotten really good at doing it,
Yeah.
where it still has the flow lines
Yeah.
that only show up during a strike, and you got to be really careful about those. They will trick you if you don't know what you're looking at.
definitely cool. Is that it? Nope.
Oh, we got one more.
You said Dirty Water had another one.
Yeah, this is it, right? Yeah, this is the one right here.
It's the 2020 P Tallgrass Prairie Strike Through. Hey panel, came across this strike through last night. I have seen others and own a few smaller ones. I'm curious if this is the largest one you have seen, or are there larger examples? Personally, I haven't seen any of them.
Oh, there it is on the reverse.
Well, Shannon, you've seen strike through similar to this on other coins.
Sure.
Yeah. But kind of a sign of the times.
This is that particular kind of strike through.
Yeah. Anyone in chat that's familiar with this want to field a guess as to what kind of strike through this is? We've talked about it ad nauseum, you know, over many months. So we're going to see how much you guys have learned up to this point.
Angie says that they've learned a lot.
Okay.
So cool. Thank you.
Cool.
Awesome.
Well, okay, Wanda, yeah, it probably has to do a little bit with that.
Just a little bit of a close-up for you.
Oh, Donut Maker's got it.
Oh, is that Indigon? Is that his new name?
Yes, Indigon Demon.
Oh, I was wondering. I was like, where's Donut Maker? I don't see him.
He's crossed over to the dark side.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what they call field restricted strike through.
And yes, Justin, it has to do with feeder finger too, which you can kind of see on this one if you look really close. I think down deep you can see some of the scratches going through there.
Yep. You can see them kind of by the stems there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is when that feeder finger is pushing that grease around in different areas, right?
Yeah.
Striking it up. The same thing that we've seen with the Tuskegee Airman.
Yep. That's another one.
That's the big one that we've had recently. Then there's
a bunch of Lincoln Shields that have that too.
Yeah.
2019.
Yep. The cigar.
the cigar one, yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. So has anyone seen bigger ones on this coin? I have. Like I say, I haven't. This is the first time I saw it on this coin.
I think in my PCMR travels, I've seen a few of these sell, although it's not as widely known. But it's neat.
It is. It's awesome.
Yeah. And I've seen them in different sizes.
It's got a lot of character.
Yeah. I've been to the tall grass prairies. It's beautiful.
Is it?
Nice. Did you see that butterfly?
Well, Well, I've seen you see lots of butterflies there, probably. I'm sure.
if you're looking.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great find.
I'll
Dirty
flip
water.
that coin over, even if it's not known to have varieties, because you can find an error.
There you go.
Right. And I know that there have been there's dye chips in some of those stalks there, those wheat stalks or whatever they are. So
Paula, what are you talking about? Are you making up stories? I just read the Facebook thing, and I talked about that.
She's been dropping gems in there, and so much for taking the night off, though, huh?
Yeah.
You don't trust us, you know.
Yeah, Angie, you enjoying all the new video content on the Blue Ridge Silverhound Network? I've been dropping bombs on there twice a day for like 2 weeks straight.
Busy man.
yeah, he barely had time to get on the show tonight.
Well,
yeah, even with the show, I still put 2 videos up.
Are you trying to get past 70 million views?
Yeah, yeah. Mr. Beast is within striking distance.
And that's all he has to say about that. Oh, Lord.
Well, if I had 10 subscribers, I'd still be within striking distance, right?
True.
Yeah.
I'm like almost up to 200, and I still haven't put out my first video yet.
What color is that from YouTube when you hit a 250,000?
Color?
Yeah, is it like gold or
no, brown, because I'm the shit.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's like the brown note.
No, well, as far as they send you plaques. So when you hit 100,000 subs, they send you a silver play button plaque. It's got your channel name and all that great stuff there. And then when you hit 1 million, so it's like a pretty big jump from that first plaque. And then when you hit 1 million, you get the gold, and then 10 million, I believe, is where you get the diamond or whatever it is.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Like I say, I'm within striking distance. If we can only get 99% of the people in this world on board with my mission statement of spreading wealth and joy through coins, then things will blow up.
It would also help if you gave away cars and stuff, probably.
Yeah, or maybe I'll do. Have you guys heard of the tortilla challenge? Maybe if I throw one of those up, that we'll get some headway.
That would be a great thing to, or one of those hot fry, kind of.
Yeah, maybe I'll revive the ice bucket challenge. What do you think?
Oh no, no.
Nice. Michael Kittle says they send you an email when you hit 5,000 subs.
That way they send you, good job, keep going.
Yeah.
I forgot what that email was like for 5,000. I don't think they did the email back when I had 5,000. That was like 12 years ago.
It's that one that says, keep making us money. Make us
money. You're doing great, pal.
Are there any more emails?
No, that was it.
That's it.
Woohoo.
Do we want to do the giveaway now, or do you want to wait a minute?
I think it's time.
Wait till when? Later in the show?
Oh, Lord.
You're called up.
Did you figure out a good question?
We already started our downward trend, so
yeah, we got up to like 115 concurrent views. That was awesome. And then they heard we're doing a giveaway, and then they dropped off.
What?
No. Well, thank you guys
away now
for being with us on your holiday day off, or or just your Monday and spending time with us. We appreciate it. Hope you learned something, and I know I did.
I always learn something.
Yeah.
You getting it ready, Adam?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, what? Get what ready? Oh, man.
He's typing it up.
Anybody have some pretty cool plans for tomorrow? First day of summer. Pretty big holiday. Summer solstice. Anyone?
Lots of work.
Coin roll hunting.
Real life stuff stinks.
Yeah, I've got to finish this box from Ohio, from Columbus, Ohio. I really want to start in on one of the other boxes, maybe Indianapolis.
All right. How many boxes did you get from how many cities?
12 from
Woo!
eight cities. Yeah.
Are they all same denomination?
Yeah, they're all Lincoln cents. Although I have opened a roll of Lincoln cents that was all dimes, so I already got some money back. That was cool.
Nice.
There you go.
That's funny.
Dang.
Okay, I'm gonna put the question in the chat, and then I'll put go, and then we will. I don't know. Do you want to do? It's not a really hard question. So, do we want to do like a dice thing or something? Do you want to do like a minute to answer?
Yeah, do a minute, and then I think I still have my dice roll app.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and put the
let me
question
bring
in the
that
chat.
up.
I'll put the question in. Don't answer until I put go.
And only one guess.
All right. And the timer starts now.
Oh, and since it already passed, it's a little late, but happy Father's Day to all you guys out there that have kiddos, all you fathers.
Oh, did we say the question?
Oh, sorry. I should read it, huh?
Yeah, well, you did say go, so we'll just
According to the Cherry Picker's Guide, they have a 3-leg, a 3.5 leg buffalo nickel. Did you know they have a 5-leg buffalo nickel? What year and mint? I only see one.
Yeah, I see a couple correct ones so far. Man, I still can't get used to that Indigon demon name. It just doesn't sound, I don't know,
It's a tongue twister.
innocent anymore.
Right.
I mean, who doesn't like donuts, right?
All right, the minute is up.
Get your final guess in.
Okay, so how many correct ones do we have?
Well, I have 30 as my max amount.
1930 is the correct answer.
30p, yep.
Yep.
There's actually a doubled eyelid too, but you guys
there's
knew
a
that.
bunch of double eyelids.
Yeah,
There's 3 of them.
it's a great variety. I love cherry picking those out of just bulk buffaloes.
I see 7.
Hey Adam, let me know how many you got, and then I'll if you say there's 7, I'll put the max amount of whatever on here.
I'm gonna count it again. I got 8. I thought. Let me double check.
Oh, you're right. 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yep, got 8.
8 is correct.
All right.
Joey got one in right after the stop. Should we give him that?
Okay, so you see the 0 there, sort of. The light ring's a little bit too bright.
Sean, go ahead and do 9. Oh,
It's like radioactive.
I
What's
can't
going
see
on?
it. I can't see. It's like blinding me.
Maybe turn your light down a little bit on the phone.
That's better.
There you go.
That's better.
Good luck. Number 2.
Who does number 2 work for?
Who does number 2 work for? Works for
Okay.
Sindelicious. She looks like number 2.
That's correct. Sindelicious.
Boom.
So, send us an email at, let's see here. Somebody's probably quicker than me.
Cindy, phenomenal win.
I thought for sure you were going to get a 2005D in there answer somewhere.
I mean,
All right, or is it QA? There's no and, is there?
No, and yeah.
Darn it! See, I knew I'd screw it up.
got one of these.
Yeah, Cindy's probably like, that's not the email. She probably knows the email already.
Yeah, she puts it in most of the time.
So, Sindelicious, if you can put, send us an email, and then in the title put A&A giveaway.
I know it. I posted it all night. See, I told you.
Do that. Put A&A giveaway, so that way we know what it's for, and send us your information.
And thank you for all your hard work. We do appreciate it.
I tried.
Hey, Adam, the email is admin@christianmingle.com.
I thought it was farmers only.
Could be. There's only one way to find out, Shannon. Go ahead and email it.
I'll be right back.
All right. Well, thank you everyone again for being here, and congratulations, Sindelicious. And
Sindelicious, just send us because I'll forward you the information to send to the A&A, and we will also copy her so that she knows what's going on, so she can keep track. But essentially, just your name, and we'll send all that information to you, and then you'll contact her through email or phone. I think you have to call her.
Sweet.
Sour.
Thank you, everybody. Oh, he's ready to go. She's ready to go.
Shay only has eyes for you, people. Man, I gotta get me one of those.
oh yeah, they're great. They have the little the blue light for currency.
Currency, yeah.
Yeah, but does it have the little red light to spot blood on like sheets or something?
Oh yeah. You can check for bed bugs and everything else with this.
Yeah. I want to make sure I, have the implements to make sure that I could do my job for the bed bug registry.
Alma says we will be live next week, so I guess she's planning on being here next week. So.
All right. We'll be here to answer
answering questions only in the chat.
In chat.
Well,
Toner days tomorrow.
What's tomorrow?
I need toner submissions, people.
Oh, toner submissions.
Yep. I'm running out.
Yeah, the toner video has been amazing. That mercury dime that you had up.
Wasn't that beautiful? That was gorgeous.
Yeah, in case you guys haven't figured it out, do not dip your toners.
Right.
There goes all the value.
See ya. All right, that's gonna go ahead and do it for the night. Thank you guys for a just a really awesome stream.
Yeah, thanks for hanging.
No, not a bye week. I mean, in theory it is, but we're gonna, Paula and a few of the other folks are gonna be on for a Q&A stream. That's gonna be all answering questions direct from chat. So
Just be talking to the chat.
boom, just like that.
No
You guys
email.
have a wonderful evening. Go out there, do some more hunting, and then report to us what you find, so that way we can do more live streams like this. You guys make the wheels go round and round.
The wheels
So-
on the bus go round and round. Thank you,
See you
everybody.
guys. We'll
Have a
see you
good night.
guys on the flip side. You guys have a wonderful night.
Yep,
Enjoy
have
your
fun.
first day of summer.
Thank you, everyone.
Stay cool. Stay
Ciao.
groovy.